Welcome back to English Conversation Hub, the show that helps you navigate the everything of modern life.
And today, we're tackling something that gives everyone, and I mean everyone, a little bit of anxiety: the first impression.
Ugh, just saying it makes my palms sweat. Today's episode is titled The First Impression: How to Introduce Yourself Professionally in 2026.
We're talking job interviews versus those kind of awkward social meetups. Big difference, right?
Huge! I'm Mia, and that's Max, and we're here to help you nail it every single time.
Okay, so before we dive in, confession time. Worst first impression you've ever made. Go.
Oh, easy. College networking event, I walked up to this super important person, stuck out my hand and said, "Hi, I'm Mia and I love your shoes." He was wearing sandals, Max, with socks.
No.
Yes, he just looked down at his feet and then back at me, and I just wanted to melt into the floor. I think I just walked away without another word.
That is, wow. Okay, mine was a virtual one. I thought my camera was off during a pre-interview waiting room on Zoom. I was, let's just say I was practicing my serious listening face in a very not serious way.
Oh, no.
The recruiter messaged me, "Great faces, Max. We're ready for you now." I almost logged off right there.
Okay, see? This is why we need this episode. It's a minefield out there.
It really is. And it's not just about avoiding sandal-related compliments. The whole game has changed, especially as we're looking ahead to 2026.
Totally. It feels like the line between our professional and personal selves is blurrier. Like, what you post on your socials can be your first impression now, long before you ever meet someone.
Exactly. The introduction doesn't start when you shake their hand. It starts the second they Google you, and they will Google you.
Right, and that digital handshake is just as important as the real one. So the core of the problem is what? That we have to manage 5 different versions of ourselves?
I think it's about authenticity, but curated authenticity. You have to show who you are, but in a way that fits the context. And that's the tricky part, right? The context is always shifting.
Okay, so let's break it down. The 2 big ones: the super high-stakes job interview and the more casual but still important social or networking meetup.
All right, the job interview of 2026. First thing to know, the classic elevator pitch is kind of dead.
Whoa, hot take. Why?
Because it's rehearsed. Recruiters can smell a prepackaged speech from a mile away. They've already seen your resume. They know your qualifications. What they want to know is your story.
The why behind the what.
Precisely. Instead of, "Hi, I'm Max. I'm a project manager with 5 years of experience," try something like, "Well, I got into project management because I've always been the person who loves taking a chaotic idea and turning it into a clear plan. For example, in my last role."
Oh, I love that. It's narrative. It gives them a sense of your personality, not just your job title. It's a personal brand story.
That's the term. And it requires a different kind of prep. Don't just memorize the company's Q3 earnings. Go deep on their culture. Read their blog. Check out their employee spotlights on LinkedIn. See what they're talking about on social media.
Right. So you can tailor your story to their values. If they are all about innovation, you can talk about a time you thought outside the box. If they value community, you talk about a team project.
Exactly. The biggest do is be a storyteller. The biggest don't just list your resume out loud.
And probably don't comment on their footwear. Just a pro tip from me.
Solid advice. Also, with virtual interviews still being the norm for first rounds, check your background, check your lighting, and please, for the love of everything, make sure you know how to use the mute button.
Okay, so let's shift gears. What about less formal stuff, like a friend's party, a conference mixer, or a community event where you want to meet people, but it's not an interview?
Yeah, the pressure's lower, but a good impression here can lead to, well, anything. A new friend, a business contact, a collaboration.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The key here, I think, is to flip the script. Stop thinking about how to introduce yourself and start thinking about how to get to know them.
So, less talking, more asking?
100%. The most charismatic people are the most curious people. Instead of the dreaded, so what do you do? Try something more open-ended.
Like what?
Like, what's a project you're really excited about lately? Or what's the most interesting thing you've learned this week? Or even just, what brings you to this event?
That's so much better. It invites a real conversation, not just a job title exchange.
Yeah, it takes the focus off of what I do for money and puts it on who I am as a person. And people love to talk about what they're passionate about.
Okay, and what about the escape? How do you gracefully end a conversation without it being awkward?
Ah, the art of the graceful exit. My go-to is, well, it was so great chatting with you about that specific project. I'm going to grab a drink now, but I'd love to connect on LinkedIn. It's polite, it shows you were listening, and it gives a clear next step.
That's smooth. I usually just say, I need the bathroom, and run.
That also works, I guess, but the LinkedIn follow-up is key for professional context. It solidifies the connection.
Okay, that's all great for getting it right the first time, but what about when you don't? Like my sandal story. Is there any coming back from a truly epic fail of a first impression? Okay, that's all great for getting it right the first time, but what about when you don't? Like my sandal story. Is there any coming back from a truly epic fail of a first impression? Okay, so to wrap it all up, for job interviews in 2026, ditch the elevator pitch and become a storyteller. Know your personal brand story and tailor it to the company's culture.
And for social meetups, be curious, not just interesting. Ask great questions instead of just stating facts about yourself, and have a graceful exit strategy ready.
And maybe, just maybe, avoid commenting on people's shoes unless you are 100% sure they are, in fact, shoes.
Solid advice for any decade, I think. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thanks for tuning in to English Conversation Hub. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps.
And we'll catch you next time. Stay impressive.